Welcome to the Living to Thrive with Cancer podcast. I'm Catherine White, holistic cancer coach and author. This is the place where we trade fear for hope, confusion for clarity, and overwhelm for empowered action. Whether you're newly diagnosed, living with cancer, or navigating life beyond it, each episode I'll share tools, insights, and real-life inspiration to help you create a life that feels good to live right now in the middle of it all. Let's thrive together. Welcome to the Living to Thrive with Cancer podcast. I'm Catherine White, stage 4 colon cancer thriver, author of Living to Thrive, a holistic guide to living with cancer, your cancer coach, and someone who has walked this path from shock and fear to strength and purpose. If you are new here, welcome. This is a place for anyone who is living with cancer, whether you are newly diagnosed, moving through treatment, or learning how to rebuild your life after cancer. It's also a space for caregivers who want to show up for someone that they love. The mission here is always to help you to move from survivor to thriver, one intentional action at a time. Today, we are talking about something that is one of the most quietly painful parts of a cancer process, and that is the loneliness. It's the kind of loneliness that settles in even if you are in a room full of people that you love. The kind that makes you feel like you're carrying something that nobody else can understand. By the end of this episode, you will know why cancer loneliness is so real and so common. You will feel seen in that experience, and you will have a clear understanding of how community and support, the right kind of support, can genuinely change not just your emotional health, but your physical health too. And you will know exactly where to find it. So let's get into it. When I was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer at 43 years old, I was surrounded by people. I had family, I had friends, I had colleagues, I had a medical team. And yet there were moments when, many moments, when I felt profoundly and completely alone. And I want to name that because I think that so many people living with this carry this feeling quietly, and they don't talk about it because how do you explain to someone you love that their presence isn't always enough? How do you say, I know you're here, and I still feel alone in all of this? So here's what I've come to understand. The loneliness that cancer creates isn't always about the absence of people. It's about the absence of people who truly get it. It's the loneliness of being in a conversation where everyone is trying so hard to be positive that it actually leaves no room for you to be honest. It's sitting at a dinner table while life carries on around you and you're feeling like you're watching it from behind some kind of a glass. It's the 3 a.m. fear that wakes you up that you can't say out loud because, you don't want to scare anyone. In my book, Living to Thrive, I write about the isolation that could come not just from the physical realities of cancer that can include the fatigue and the side effects and the appointments, but the emotional gap that opens up between you and the people around you. Even with the best intentions, well-meaning people sometimes say the wrong thing, or they get quiet because they don't know what to say, or they even treat you differently in a way that makes you feel more like a diagnosis than a person. And all of that compounds this loneliness, because that's the truest description of what this kind of cancer loneliness actually looks like. It's not empty rooms, it's full rooms where you feel unseen. And research backs this up. Studies on cancer patients consistently show that social isolation and perceived loneliness are amongst the most significant contributors to anxiety, depression, and reduced quality of life during and after treatment. We know that chronic loneliness activates the body's stress response. It raises cortisol, increases inflammation, disrupts sleep, and can actually compromise the immune system function. The body and the mind are not separate systems. What happens emotionally lands in your body. And when you're already navigating cancer, that matters enormously. On the flip side, and this is where I want you to lean in, the research on the benefits of social support of cancer patients is just as clear, and frankly, it's quite remarkable. People with strong social support networks report lower levels of anxiety and depression. They report better pain management. They show stronger immune response. They are more likely to adhere to treatment plans. They recover more effectively. There is real, documented physical benefit to feeling supported. Connection is not a luxury during cancer, it is part of your healing. But here's the important distinction, because not all support is the same. The support that actually helps isn't always the support that shows up the loudest. Sometimes the people who love you are so overwhelmed by their own fear of your diagnosis that they project their fear onto you. They catastrophize or they minimize. They say things like, "You're going to be fine," or "You look so good," before you've had a chance to say that you're scared. And while it comes from love, it can leave you feeling more alone, not less. What most people living with cancer actually need is not someone who fixes it or spins it. They need someone who can sit with them, presence without an agenda, and be truly heard without being managed. That kind of support comes from community, from people who are walking a similar path, whether that's a support group, a coaching program, an online community, or simply one trusted friend in your life who can hold that space for you. The point is that you do not have to do and navigate this alone, and you were never meant to. I think about a woman I was working with in my coaching practice, and she'd been through treatment, she was into survivorship, and on paper, everything was going really well. But she described feeling like an island, like her family had moved on, her friends had moved on, there were expectations of her to move on, and she wasn't ready. She wasn't living in that relief mode that everybody else was. She wasn't expecting everything to go well like everyone else was telling her it was going to. And she felt guilty for still being affected by something that everyone around her considered to be over. And when she finally found a space where other survivors were talking honestly about exactly that experience, the loneliness of survivorship, the grief of the person that she was before cancer, she said it was the first time in a year that she had felt truly understood. That's what community does. It says what you're feeling is real, it's valid, and you are not alone in it. So what does that look like in practice? How do you actually build the kind of support that helps you thrive? First, get honest about what you need. Some people need information and practical help, someone to drive them to appointments, help manage the household, research treatment options. Some people need emotional presence, someone to listen, to cry with, to sit in the hard feelings. Most people need both, but from different sources. Knowing what you need helps you to ask for it more clearly. Second, give the people who love you permission to learn how to support you. There's no guide on how to be a cancer patient. There's also no guide on how to be a cancer caregiver and a cancer friend. Most people don't know how to support someone with cancer. How do you support someone when you've never had to do this before? This is not intuitive. It is a learned experience. They haven't been here before, just like you. So a simple conversation, "I don't need you to fix this, I just need you to listen," can shift a relationship entirely. You may have to teach the people around you what support looks like for you, and that's okay, because you're the one who knows what support you need. Third, seek out a community with people who truly understand. Cancer is lonely, so it's important to surround yourself with people who get it. And that's what I hear a lot from my clients is I am the person who gets it. They've tried talking to other people, they've tried therapy, they've tried generic support groups, but talking to someone who's actually had cancer makes a huge difference. So you might find this in a local support group, in an online forum, in a survivorship program, or in a coaching community. There is something that happens when you are in a room, whether it's virtual or physical, with people who are living what you are living. The defenses come down. The performance of being okay falls away. You don't have to pretend anymore. You can actually be yourself, express the things that are bothering you, share the deeper emotional impact that cancer's having on you, and know that you are being held by other people. And in that space, real healing can happen. And the fourth thing is that you allow yourself to receive. And this is harder than it sounds. Many people I work with are natural caregivers. They're natural doers. They are the person who's there for everyone else. So accepting help can feel very uncomfortable and even vulnerable. But receiving care is not weakness. It's wisdom. It's recognizing that you do not have to carry this alone, and that allowing others to support you actually gives them something meaningful to do when they are living with their own fear and with their love for you. So what can you do? Be honest about what you need. Have the conversations with the people that you love and tell them what you need. Give those people who love you the permission to learn how to support you right where you are. Seek out a community of people who get it, who know what you are going through, and allow yourself to receive support. Vulnerability is a superpower. Asking for help is a superpower, and I know that you can do this. If you are navigating a diagnosis, moving through treatment, or finding your footing in survivorship, and you are looking for a space to be truly supported, not just medically, but as a whole person, I want to invite you to join me inside the Cancer Thriver Pathway. This is where we go way beyond appointments and lab results. We work on building health-supporting lifestyle, managing fear and stress, strengthening your self-advocacy, and creating a daily practice that moves you from surviving to truly thriving in your life. And you do it alongside others who understand this walk, including me. I will be right there with you every step of the way. The Cancer Thriver membership is now open for new members. In this space, you get 12 modules full of content that help you to move from survivor to thriver one step at a time. In addition to this, you can access workbooks and resources and recipes and mindfulness practices that will help to support you as you move along your personally created Cancer Thriver pathway. And for those of you that are looking for a deeper level community, you can become a member in the pathway that includes twice a month group coaching calls with other Cancer Thrivers and with me. You can get access to the Cancer Thriver pathway and learn more about it in the link in the show notes. I want to leave you with this. The loneliness that cancer creates is real. It is one of the heaviest parts of this experience, and it is the one that doesn't get talked about nearly enough. But it's not a permanent place. Community exists, support exists, people who truly understand exist. You do not have to pretend to be okay. You do not have to carry this quietly. You do not have to figure it out alone. You are worthy of being truly seen, truly heard, and truly supported. And just remember, thriving is not about perfection. It's about showing up for yourself, one connection, one conversation, one empowered step at a time. I look forward to seeing you in the Cancer Thriver pathway. If you've enjoyed this episode, please share it with someone you know who could use some support. And please like and follow the podcast wherever you are listening, and join me on my YouTube channel, Catherine White Cancer Coach, for more educational videos around living with cancer. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And may you live your life to your fullest, follow your heart, and thrive in all you do.